Welcome, this is the guitar lesson for L'Aquoiboniste by G7+5 and sang by Jane Birkin. And we start off with the intro on the 8th fret. And this lesson is as closely as possible to do mimicking the original version. But anyway, 8th fret, C minor. So you take your index finger, hit that C, and then bar, that E flat, and that G, and then take your pinky and hit that E flat on the 11th fret. Like so. And I'm actually fretting more notes than I play. That's just because if I accidentally hit a string, it won't be a wrong note, it will just be more notes. And I also have the option to just in the moment decide to play a few more notes. And you start off with hitting the lowest and the highest notes, and then those two. Moving up to a G7 with D in the bass. So D, D, F, sorry, B and D, the lowest and the highest first, and then the other notes. Bass continuing up to E flat, and on top of that you play a C minor with, well, E flat in the bass. So E flat, E flat, G, C. E minor flat 5. And I do it like this, actually. E, E, G, and B flat. So the lowest and the highest, and then the rest. Moving down to the 8th fret, to an F minor, with that as your highest note. Hitting that a few times. Moving down to the 5th fret, the D7. Well, as for the F minor, the notes are F, C, F, and that should be, A flat. Well, no, just A flat. And then for the D7, we have D, A, C, F sharp, A. No, not the A, just those 4 notes. And then G. And the notes you are playing, well, the lowest of course and the highest, but then it's up to you if you want to hit those 2 notes also. And then you have the turnaround with thirds. So you play this melody, B, C, D, but below that you play the third, so G, A, B. You can play it like going all the way up there, but then you have to move all the way down to the 3rd fret again for the C minor, and well, there's a gap no matter how fast you are. There's a small gap there, and you can minimize that gap by ending up there. So you can play or, because then you just have that small movement to to end on the C minor for the verse. But the intro should sound something like this. Take it slow. But of course faster and more fluid. But for the verse, we start off with the rhythm. It's mainly just quarter notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, and there you can vary how hard you're hitting the strings, how many strings you're hitting, things like that. But C minor first. C, G, C, E flat. G with B in the bass. B skipping the open D. Open G. And then D. G minor flat 5 with B flat in the bass. B flat skipping the D string, open G and D flat. F with A in the bass, open A, F, A, C. F minor with A flat in the bass, A flat skipping the A string, F, A flat, C. The bass continuing down to the G, and then C minor on top of that. So G, skipping the A string, A flat, open, E flat, open G and C. D with F sharp in the bass, F sharp, skipping the A string, open D, A, and D. Twice, and then changing that note to a C, so still F sharp, open D, A, and C for D7 with F sharp and bass. And then G. And then the thirds. Back again, just like before. And here, instead of playing hit that twice, and then a G7 sharp 5. G, skipping the A string, F, B, D sharp, and C minor. And here we have a C minor arpeggio. And it's, if you imagine two groups of 3 notes triplets, 3-note triplets, 8th notes. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1 note at the 1. But you take away the first one, so 4, 3, 4. Like that. And the notes are C, E flat, G, C, E flat, G. But you still want that chord to ring out. So what can you do? Well, you can do that. So you take your pinky, move it from that shape to hit that E flat, just for a short while, and then immediately when you're done playing that note, you move it back. So you're just playing that shape. But then you're losing the C note at the bottom, which is fine. You'll just end up playing a C minor with G in the bass. which is perfectly acceptable, but what I like to do is to instead skip that E flat, and thus removing one more 8th note triplet, and like that. And then you repeat it. So just back to the intro, so on. And then back to the verse, and then back to the intro, back to the verse. Do that a few times, and then you end up on the last verse, and the last one of those. But the small variation they're doing in the original version is they are adding harmony to that melody. They're adding a third. So while you're playing, they're playing those notes, I think. But the important thing is that you end up on the high C. And this is very difficult. I don't know if it's even possible to play on the guitar. So you have to compromise, and I think that high C is the most important. So what I do is I move that C minor up to the 8th fret. So C, G, C, E flat, G, C. So you hit some notes of that C chord, and then the rest of the notes ending up on the high C. And that's it for this song. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Other than that, have fun, and I'll see you next time. Bye.